Hey folks, what a view behind me. I'm at Blackpool Markets headquarters here in Auckland, New Zealand. Speaking of views, you can get TradingView paid plans for free at Blackpool Markets, saving you up to $600 a year. Get either the Essential Plus or Premium plans absolutely free. All you need to do is trade from one lot a month at Blackpool Markets. And you can also get a 100% deposit bonus for your first deposit up to $1,000. All you need to do is click the Trading Nut link in the description below. Our sponsor Blue Guardian is the only prop firm that gives their traders a tool to protect them from hitting their max daily loss and over trading. It's super simple to use. Just set the Guardian Protector each day from your dashboard. Did you also know that they've just released an unlimited time evaluation with a 0 trading days requirement, giving you plenty of time to hit their low 8 and 4% targets, making it super fast to get funded. Plus, it's cheaper than the 40-day time limit evaluation. Check out the link and coupon in the description to get 10% off your next Blue Guardian evaluation.
Oh, man, spastic me. Sorry on the streams. After that whole spiel, yeah, he didn't hear that. Gosh, I'm bad at that. Okay, sorry about that. Now, for the German, we'll get into an interesting area. So, are we going to get a risk on vibe? Are we going to get a little break, but a little correction first for London, and then see price push up? So this whole zone, are we going to break into it? I believe that there's some pretty tight liquidity sitting above here. That's the destination, at least. Because whatever selling took place here drove price down to the bottom of this range that we had for like 3 days. Then Asian session on the back of that news from Israel, Iran, just absolutely smashed it down. Then we had a big recovery, and then Asian session's bullish, and it looks for all money that would go into this level. Now, I don't want to see it hit. I want to see a little fake out, and I want to see London. I wouldn't even mind actually if London was a short play, because what would your idea then be if this happened? I reckon then London can, or like late London can push up, sweep this liquidity, and then depending on what's happening at the same time, then maybe NY can actually finish the job and break up all the way back up to towards 17,960s, or New York will sweep these highs and then start to push down again. Because if we get like great earnings from SAP and great revenue from SAP, then I think that would be a pretty good driver to like be the start of a new bullish move. And that there was just a little bit of a fake out here, but now it's like, they've grabbed liquidity again. Morning, Heath. Jesbo, think of sells around 17,859. 859. Oh, that's right here. Down to 17,622 down here. And, that's pretty much, what I was thinking. So sells from here to here. Yeah, that could work. It could work. We've got 5 minutes until the open. Which time frame is best for scalping? You could literally scalp on the 30-minute if you wanted, or you can scalp on the 5s or the 3s. I like the 3s and the 4s, but if you got your Zoys and Poys made up, we know this is liquidity above like here, and then there's liquidity sitting right here as well. So if you want to do a scalp, depends if you want to do counter trend or with trend. If price is like reacting to this level and it's at a specific time, you could easily get like 20 pips. You just need a candle to be reaching into that. You don't actually, it could be a 4-hour candle. You can even scalp a 4-hour candle. Cool. Well, at least it's a bit interesting. We had some really horrible days last week that were doing these streams, and like this was the result. That was a good one. But this was actually a okay day, and then it turned to crap. Then Friday was crap. So Friday and Tuesday were sucked. Yeah, definitely the destination, 100%. Just you can't really buy here because you're chasing it then. So I wonder what's going to do. gold, I think when this, let's see what it does when it gets down to this area. Oh, it's kind of at that area, isn't it? Right here. Man, that sucks. My entry's like here that I've been running all last week. Entry is at 23.49, I think. Okay, so we don't have to trade the open necessarily. We'll try to get a scalp in the next like little bit. But don't do all your dough in this first hour of London Open and leave nothing for the rest of the session. Gold's moved nearly 200 pips in euro alone. Yeah, gold's on a warpath. Nice day to trade. It's raining. No temptation to go for a walk. It's funny when I look out this window over here, all these people, it's raining, but no one's got umbrellas. And that's the problem with UK, is that it rains more in Sydney. The problem is it rains too slow over here. Sydney is like, it rains, seriously, and then it stops. Here it starts raining, and it rains for a week. All right, this is the open now. So definitely don't want to counter this hour candle looking like this. If it does push up, well, it'd be kind of annoying if it does push up. Because lately the trend, what London's been doing is once you get initial move in London, for the next 5 hours, it typically just keeps on tracking that direction. That's what's recently been doing. Pushes up and then just sort of grinds higher and higher and higher. So I guess that's another piece of information. If it just pushes up and keeps grinding higher, then New York will probably give a pretty easy idea. Did anyone go long just to get those 15 pips up to this New York high? That when we started, you would have hit it by now. Got that 15, 20 pips. Yeah, I didn't do it. But I was really hoping that this would be the target, and I was hoping that would just drop down first before go up. Anyway, let's keep on watching. Yeah, my partner, when we were back in Sydney in March, just gone, she wasn't used to it like that. When she saw the rain, she was just like, Jesus, that's like full on tropical. I was like, yeah, don't take Maddie out when it rains. It doesn't mess around. All right. Now, the next level is about another 40 odd pips, nearly about 45 pips above this. So this is what we saw in gold yesterday, or Friday. Yeah, when I say yesterday, on Mondays, it means Friday. If it came down a little bit and then started pushing, sometimes that's the buyer's trap. And then it starts going. and then New York will do it? Or is it just that whole risk on sentiment that it's just going to be straight move and you can't get into it? You didn't. You're looking for a short setup up the H4 bearish FEG. So you're looking at this zone right over here, which we're at. Or are you looking at the area above? Are you looking at this area? Area above, up here. So 17,941. Where's Bruce Lee? Where's his levels? The guys in the Zoom, what's your bias? What are you thinking? What's your plan? Give me your scalping plan and give me your daily target plan. Yep. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Tom, you just got to the charts, haven't set up yet. Okay, no problem. Mm-hmm. This one. Nice one. So remember, watch this in gold on Friday, because it looks like it's going up. But if we get something like this up at these levels, so I think it's too early to call a short. But if we see price like pushing up into the zone, and we start seeing like little supports, and they start seeing those little supports break, then we might see a bit of a little channel going down. And a cowboy entry didn't give a confirmation entry in this gold move, but it did give a late entry where this was the one that broke through these supports. Then it gave like that little pullback for downside. So I'm keeping my eye on that. I'm bearish as well. I'm overall bullish, but I just think the timing for this bull recovery, I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling that it's going to make that recovery yet. So I'm keeping an eye on this. I was kind of getting set up to take the sell from here, but I was like, shoot, because what if it just went, boop, I'll be really annoyed at myself. But at the moment, we've got a clean candle up. Price has pushed up, come down, little tiny support. Price is digging into this little area. Russ took a long off. 650. Yeah, that's nice. That's really nice. Got in down here. Yeah, that's really good. Down here. Good one. Mark going to wait until NYSE open to see if London retraces. We're gonna have a real. If you watched London and waited for NYSE, I think you have a much clearer trade idea. I definitely think that's a good idea. As in, like, I don't think there's anything wrong with trying to take a trade now at all. If you've got an idea, but if you haven't got a plan and you want to wait for more information, then what London does will give you that information advantage. For sure. No doubt as well. I'll put an idea into our Discord as well. Okay, from here, I'd love to see the next like few minutes start pushing up bullish again. Yeah. It comes back though. Yeah, it goes through these like seasonal changes. But there's so much volatility. And I think it's just that we're getting a lot of movement in Asian and Euro, that it used to be like this kind of move would come out with the London, and 30 pips in 15 minutes is not that bad. It's just that the rest of the sessions are so massive in comparison. All right. Start rising. Look at this, 15-minute candle is going to close. Hey, Akshay, how are you? It was good, mate. It was really good. Yeah. Drove, it was a busy day yesterday. Drove down to London and back. How's yours? Oh, yeah. Where'd you go? Oh, yeah. Jeez. I heard about these Indian weddings. Sound. Yeah. 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 It's looking that way. I'd really have loved to have seen a little bit more of a bounce and then break the supports, but it looks like it's just gone up at the moment. We're getting liquidity coming to the downside. So almost the same candles as well that made it go up as the ones that's making it go down. Right here. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Full margin for Mondays? Come on. Yeah, very dangerous area, these little junction points. Look what last week did. around the open and closes of areas. Yeah. Yeah, Thursday's high. Mm-hmm. Come on. Get a little closure inside of the structure. It's got at least 10 more pips to go to the downside. Do a one foul swoop. 7 more pips. Almost mandatory now to come down to this area. So 5 more pips. Come on. Here's a little 1 minute support. Be lovely to sweep that little liquidity. You got to go, Dave? Have a good day, buddy. Nice, actually. What do you got to do? Oh, yeah, I don't want that. A new sticker. Right. Right to remain. Okay, mate. Well, that sucks having to do authorities with that. Are they quick or they efficient there? I imagine Netherlands would be pretty efficient with that. And Brett's grandkids like stickers too, so grab a couple, get a couple spares. Oh, Brett's kids will love that. Good man. All right, see you, buddy. Cool. What's Goldie doing? Yeah, not doing much. After that big explosive move down. Yeah. I must admit, a big Asian session throws me off. It really does, because I like to use the Asian session as like highs and lows for price to gravitate to. But when you've got like an Asian session, which is like 300 pips, yes. Then you've got to need to find some new reference points. Is NAS doing the same thing? Yeah, gosh, man. I really want to see NAS continue dropping lower. I'd love to see this. Not like world ending dropping, but when you've got like 6 days in a row, like here, 6 days, 6 more or less bearish sessions that you've had. We've had like one sort of like little breather in here. That when NAS, like at the moment, the underlying structure is still pointing very bullish for equities. There's definitely something going on. I think the geopolitical tensions started all this, but then also lack of stock buyback window, plus earnings coming up. But if earnings can beat expectations and then show like good revenue growth with AI, this will make a new high if those scenarios come in. And this could have just been a sell-off ahead of earnings in case earnings do fail to meet expectations. And then look, maybe that scenario won't play out if revenue is very bad. But if it's good, this won't be the high of the year. So this could just be a chance for them to buy low again. So I would like to see I'd like to see peak fear. And then once we've seen peak fear, that's the best time to buy. We'll have the Buffetts of the world looking to buy then when there's blood on the streets. When are the earnings reports? Yeah, they are scattered throughout this week for the main ones. One of the ones I'm excited for is NVIDIA, but that's not till May. But if you go NASDAQ earnings calendar, you'll be able to see when they are. So today, April 22nd, we've got, you can see the whole list of them all. So tons today. But when you look at like market cap for these companies, SAP is the biggest one, but that's the main holder. That's the one. That's the major one in the DAX. If it's a little moon, that means they report after the close. If it's a little sun, they report before they open. So the big ones this week is scattered Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So Tuesday we've got Tesla. This will be the interesting one. They might report. Tesla's been getting smashed lately because they've been showing pretty poor earnings, but they've just cut a ton of stuff. So their revenue might, their earnings might look a bit better per share, but their revenue might be really seriously affected. And the only way that they beat earnings is because they just cut a whole bunch of stuff to cost cut. So Tesla's here. Wednesday, we have Facebook. So last time Facebook reported earnings last quarter, they announced a very good earnings. They announced the stock buyback that they were going to do, and they announced a dividend, and that just absolutely skyrocketed NAS. Skyrocketed Meta as well. I think they put on like 200 billion at the time. That was a record amount of growth in one single day. So that was here. That was right here when they did that. So you see the gap, just gap straight up. So this led to, I think it was, so 2nd of Feb. 2nd of Feb. We go to NAS. 2nd of Feb. No, it was a bullish day. It wasn't a massive day because some of the other companies were struggling, but that was the 2nd of Feb. So if you get like really good earnings, then because Meta, Facebook, Meta, Google, Amazon, Apple, Tesla, Nvidia, Microsoft, not so much Tesla at the moment, but if any of these others like really smash their earnings, then you can almost, the probability of having a bullish day on equities is pretty high. So it gives you a bit of an information advantage that way. So keep an eye on Meta. If they do stock buybacks again, holy man, they'll crush it. Now Thursday, so it won't happen until Wednesday after the market's closed. So I know they announced it on Wednesday, but you look for Thursday to be bullish if that's the case. If they really crumble, that's the opposite. You could expect to see probably a higher probability of a bearish day. Thursday is a really good one. Thursday, we've got Microsoft. You can look at their market cap, just ginormous. And then you've got Google as well. So you've got a company that's 15 times bigger than SAP today. And SAP is 208 billion. 208 billion. That's 208,000 millions. Yeah, that's a lot of money. And then you've got Microsoft, which is 15 times that, 3 trillion. Look at these numbers. They could give everyone in the world 50 cents almost. And then you got Google as well. So both of these do it after. So you can imagine if Google and Microsoft crush it with their AI expectation being, you've got not that Bing's great, but you've got Copilot. So if they crush it Friday, very easily could be like a 2% day gained on NAS and completely start to correct this correction. Correct the correction. So it's an exciting week because we don't really have that much in the news. We've got PMI tomorrow. Wednesday, we've got a little bit of CPI for Aussies. USD on Thursday, unemployment, which is every single week. A little bit of GDP. So that's going to be a big one as well, GDP. And then we've got interest rates in the yen. But we don't have, because next Wednesday, the 1st of May, we've got FOMC. So because we're within 10 days of that, we're not going to have any Fed speakers. Plenty of ECB speakers. So they're all talking pretty much locking in a rate cut for June by the sounds of it. So I'm expecting to see Euro weaken, which is why I want to see the opposite move happen on Euro USD. I'd love to see Euro actually gain some strength and then it'd be tracking up to 1.07 and then sell that. That's my idea for later on. Thought Tesla was also facing problems with recalls of their vehicles. Yeah, Tesla's got a lot of problems. Failing to like deliver on production as well, but then they're also starting to get a lot of stiff competition, and it seems the market opinion is sort of going a little bit against these electric cars. One, lack of infrastructure. Two, how green are these green cars? So the product of the car might be green, but what's it take to produce that car? Is it actually that green? And are the materials that they use thinking they're green, like the lithium and whatever other chemicals and minerals and things that you use, is that really going to have the same sort of effect in global emissions? So I like the cars. Don't get me wrong. I love the Teslas. Would like to own one. But if I do a road trip, there's one of the coaches that I was talking to yesterday has like I'm not sure what car he had, but it's an electric car, and he's a coach of the Irish women's rugby union team. So every second week he has to drive up from London to Manchester, and then every second weekend I drive from Leeds down to London to play. And he says it takes 7 hours to get to Manchester. 7 hours round trip. No, sorry, 7 hours to get there. It was 7 hours to get there sometimes. Because you've got to stop there, recharge the car twice. Just loaded by calls on DAX. What's that mean, motivation healing? Yeah, it's recharge time. Yeah, it's like that's about 4 hours. Where he lives at the south of London, getting through London takes like just that is like an hour and a half. And then the distance is about 3 hours from there. So it's like 2.5 hours wasted just stopping, finding the charge port, having to wait to see if it's free, then charging it. And it's like, because it's not a Tesla, so they don't have the fast charge, so it takes ages. I couldn't do that, man. That sucks. Cousin in California says they experienced electricity rationing. Oh, because of the forced campaign to get EVs sold. Demand for electricity means there's a shortage. Jeez. Yeah, so we just bought a car, and because we just opted for the petrol still, they said that they're prioritizing electric cars first. So any order that comes in that's electric will be always jump the queue. So they said it's going to be about 6 months for your car to arrive, depending on how many EV cars are sold. If there's more EV cars sold, then it's going to be even longer. But they said it's about, so they'll get me a full electric within 4 weeks, but the petrol most likely 6 months, and not because of demand for petrol. Also because we chose a color. We didn't choose black or white. If you choose black or white, it comes much quicker. All right. Seeing this little support here break. Gold starting to push up a little bit as well, approaching 2360. Slowly and surely. This is the German. Starting to really drop now. Oh, you like the I4s, Jesbo? Yeah. You like those ones? We got the X1. Look at this. Holy man. Jesus. Yeah, I got out of it. Damn it. I helped to just here. I got in super late as well. Right. Oh yeah. See, I was super tempted just to give it a shot. Super tempted, but I wanted to see a little bit of a pullback. It was on the 1 minutes when we started breaking down here. After that little support, and I was cautious that we're going to get a pullback. But once we're closing inside of here, I entered a little short from here, just down to here. It's looking like it. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we correctly anticipated where, as it was pushing up, it became very obvious that, like, we want to see this happen, but when it was going up, what did everyone agree? Like seeing something like this is just, that screams liquidity. It screams it because it's a session high as well, that a price is starting to go back up. If you want like a really safe trade above this wick, anything closing above this wick, that's super simple. It's only small, like that's a scalp. See, we want to get like higher quality trades with bigger moves based on the higher time frame. But as a scalp, an example, in times of liquidity, if that was, say New York session does start to push up, anything closing above that high, an easy 20 pips, easy. Over here, just this one, exactly this. Price pushed up. Yeah. Yeah, no, sorry, Matt. You're saying with this one. This one led to the new lower low, and then this high, lower low liquidity. This could be an issue. New York high. Yeah. Yeah, it depends. It also depends when it gets there. Like if it's getting there and it's super late and it's into the New York session and we start getting some other stimulus, then it can stop there. But we'd want to see it continue this channel. Yeah. Yeah, this is the least likely scenario when you get this like complete V shape. Like there got to be some pretty strong areas to get that. So this is a strong area. So that's why I'm a little bit concerned about like getting all the way down. But if it does, yeah, that'd be really nice. See, oh, you did. Oh, sorry. I thought that was the same thing. I thought it was just a different, like zoomed a different time frame. My bad. Oh, that was it. Yeah. I'll see you, Justin. Have a good day, mate. Nice swing. Oh, did you put like X amount of pips above the high? Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. I mean, if it paid off, you would have had a tight stop loss. Right. You saw the, yeah. Oh my gosh. Look at this. Far out. I literally made 10 pips. Ten pips out of this whole move. It's also Monday morning. So just to get a head start in the week. Wasn't expecting something so nice. Okay. We're in good company then. Who was it that said 17? Oh, Jezbo, looking at 17,859. So he went far off. He went far off. Rob, yeah, mate. Yeah. Yeah. And when it would have been much easier, a little bit higher and then close below. Then, like, if you get this kind of pattern where it pushes up, it comes down, it pushes up, and it forms like that wick, and then you get something that actually closes below that wick, then look for the next liquidity. And then that would have been like at least then holding down to say like this area. But then by that stage, prices pushed down and now you're in the money by like at least 20 pips. And now you've got a bit more options. Because like, look, if it does pull back to your entry, you know, even then you're still like 20 pips in profit. but because it was way traffic, and it is harder to take that because you get conditioned to looking for pullbacks, and when it's just one way, it is hard. So like the example is like gold. Again, I keep on going back to gold because it was such a just very pretty classical kind of price action that up. What have I done? There we go. This price action. So price pushed up, took the swing high. That's the liquidity. So this is actually like such a good price action example. Same thing. Had a swing high, which is liquidity. Price pushed up to it. And then remember I said even like, if we finally start pushing up above 23.85, then London high is the target. Anything that closes above London high means that the next liquidity is the target. So that was 2400. So that's what I mean. Like with German, if we close above the high of today, of the current London session, you've got like an easy 20 pips to the upside. But when we rejected off the first liquidity area, which was this swing high, and then price did this stuff, it would have been much easier if we go to the 1 minutes, had we had that price pushed up, came down, come up, down, up, and then we got something that came down, and maybe you missed this move, but then when price pushed up and when something's closing below here, you've got a much better idea that, look, we've started creating trending structure and the move is looking to go downside. So like late entries, once you close below, you can either take the breakout to go low, but any breakout trades you have, most likely price comes back towards your entry at some stage. So you can be on the high like lookout for pullback entries, or just know like, look, the swept liquidity, I've got the breakout entry, I've got all the confirmations I need, stop losses above, and then just target, the lows. That's a sound area. But with gold, sometimes when we're playing with such a big volatility on small accounts, it's hard because gold lately has been moving like 50, 60 pips, but that makes a lot of sense. And it's the same thing here with German. Just what we lacked was a clear little pullback, and that's what made it a bit tough. Is that it just went straight down. So this was the pullback, and then closing below that area meant there was more downside, but you don't see it immediately obvious. If it pulled back a little bit higher, then did it? Yep, makes sense. Yeah, cool. But the same thing is like I actually loaded up quite. I almost went full margin on this little move just because I was so late to it. So just to get, because like it was mandatory that price is going to get to the bottom of the structure. So lot sizes I loaded up a bit, just to make it worth it. But then, like, even when it does tick up, you're like, oh, shoot. But I don't want people to do that. It's just because never go full margin unless you're really, really confident in something. But you need to have the ability as well that, look, taking a lot of risk there. If it does even tick higher, you might just have to get out. But that was, how many times have we seen once price gets into structure, it goes to the bottom. And I thought that was just an easy 10 pips to take. Disney released their profit results. What's this thing, Tom? Disney VR. When does Disney do it? May 7. So we've got a bit of time for Disney. Oh yeah, actually, this is a what a beautiful move that we've got in London. In the first hour of London as well. It's been a long time since we've had like just such a lovely, clean London Open. Jesbo got in at 17.849. Yeah, you called 17.859. So great call. Then once you got the confirmation, price is at 49. Very nice. Missed your original entry. Went to the bloody cat and dog. Now training stop loss. Very awesome. What's definitely not death steps? On other YouTube trading, I've been looking at this chart since Friday. I was really sure where to start, so I chilled it. It sucks being the beginning. You're unsure, then miss the trade, then panic, then lose a lot. Oh yeah. Having an idea at the start is super important. Having the idea, practicing that idea, having the confidence then to execute on the idea. Yeah, it's really super powerful to actually just come trade to the trade, look at the same thing, understand the patterns, and then just trade. Rather than complicating it, like start learning fundamentals, what drives this specific asset. The technicals, if you learn the technicals without learning the fundamentals, you'll be fine. If you learn the fundamentals and don't learn the technicals, you'll be usually fine. But you need to be good at both. If you can be a decent technical analyst and a decent fundamental observer, then I think you'll be much more rounded as a trader. Oh, no problem, Tom. Oh yeah, sorry, I was just asking about we checked out Disney. You put that link in. Disney's May 7. Yeah, this VR stuff's pretty cool. Has anyone ever been to like a VR games room? I haven't done much with it, but like I've put it on before. It's pretty amazing how quickly your body can get tricked, like the senses. I remember doing the plank one, the plank VR challenge. I mean, like have you guys heard of that? You put a VR headset on, and then you go to in the VR, you go in an elevator, you go to the top, and then you got to walk out the off the top of the building across this wooden plank. And if you fall, then everything like you'll feel like you're falling. It's amazing how like when you see the ground coming towards you, you brace. Funny for people watching as well. My friend came over with his VR set, and he's like, check out this one. And I put it on, and I was in this room, and there's all these people sitting around me, like looking at me. And I was looking around, I'm like, oh, what is this? Is this like an escape room? So I'm looking around trying to see if I could like move and see if I'd have to like try find like, missing handles and this things. And I asked him like, how do I move? He's like, you can't. I was like, oh. So he just let me figure things out. Eventually I took it off. I was like, man, this sucks. I can't do anything. He's like, yeah, no, that's not a game. I was like, what is it? He's like, it's what they were doing for like meetings. So everyone had VR headsets on, and it looks like you're in a boardroom. So it was something that the company had. so that if you do meetings, you just put your headsets on and you feel like you're in the room with each other, just talking. But I thought it was a game, like an escape room. So I'm like, this game sucks. What a boring game. Mate was saying yesterday we were chatting, and he did it for his girlfriend's birthday, and a whole bunch of them went to this room, games room in the city, and you put the headsets on, the VR headsets, and you can sort of sit because the other you're in a room just with the sets on, and you could see the other people that have the headsets on as well, and you got to go through and like shoot aliens and things, and you have like different controls. Really, it sounds really cool. A good like bonding group exercise. All right, well, we are just about at 120 pips. When you do a 120 pip move in one foul swoop, you usually get a bit of a pullback. London very often, like look at the last few London sessions. We've had it in the first hour, which is great movement for the opening hour. But look at these other ones. Price moved up 120 pips, almost bang on from low to high, 120 pips, and then it gave you like a little bit of a counter scalp opportunity. This day, 101 pips, so 100 pips. Previous day, that one moved up 170 pips. But like, look at this from this low to the high of this candle. So about 140, and then it gives you like a 40 pip, 50 pip little correction. So I'm not saying to look for buys when price is coming down, but don't be taken by surprise if we have a little pullback, because often at 120 pips or like between 100 and 120, often, not always, often you get a little bit of a profit taking reversal little pattern. So if you're trailing your stop loss and you're looking for sells, I don't want people to jump into buys necessarily, but if you are trailing your stop loss, don't be surprised if it does do a little pullback now that we're sort of hit 120 pips. Anyway, it's 9 o'clock. So YouTube, that means we're going to close up shop. Zoomers, stay on. But YouTube, oh look, 2360 on gold we hit as well. So it looks like at the time, maybe the risk on sentiment now that London's here is starting to fade out somewhat. But trade safe, guys. My eyes on currencies as well are euro. I'm keeping an eye on 1.07. Not sure if it will hit it today, but keep an eye on 1.07. And US yen, keep an eye on 155, 155.2, 155.4. For German, we'll see where we end up, but I'm looking forward to SAP releasing the earnings at the end of today, and that gives us a guide for tomorrow as well. But beautiful move here today. Really nice to see German just moving, not doing this crap. Okay, YouTube. Appreciate this. Give the stream a like, subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow.